Did you see Sanji from One Piece made octopus fritters for everyone aboard the Going Merry from an octopus which had snuck aboard in chapter 222? For Nami and Robin, he made special octopus fritters which I'll show you how to make now. While I don't normally do recipes which require special equipment, for these fritters I recommend getting a takoyaki grill to enjoy making this recipe, and to avoid the frustration of not using the grill, I'll list a few options in the description. You can use the takoyaki grill to make other foods besides takoyaki, like when I use it in my yakiniku video, which you can watch after this video if you're interested. Let's make the batter first, starting by sifting 1 cup or 140 grams of flour into a bowl. Next, sift 1 tablespoon or 10 grams of potato starch into the same bowl. You'll now cut 3.5 ounces or 100 grams of octopus into 1/3 to 1/2 inch pieces. I bought octopus which was already pre-sliced into bigger pieces and will cut them into the recommended smaller pieces. If you buy whole and already cooked octopus legs, feel free to cut the octopus into chunks rather than pieces if you'd like. Just be sure the chunks aren't too big to fit into the takoyaki grill. While the recipe calls for pickled red ginger to be added, I personally don't like the taste of it, so I didn't include them in this video, but if you like the taste of it, the recipe uses 1/2 ounce or 15 grams, which you'll mince into smaller pieces. For the next step, you'll put 1 fried tofu pouch in between a paper towel and use a chopstick or something similar to roll on top of the paper towel to remove the excess oil from the fried tofu pouch. If you're not using the fried tofu pouch right away, you should freeze it as it spoils quickly in the refrigerator. When you're done, you can easily see how much oil the towel absorbed to give you a cleaner tasting tofu. After you're done removing the excess oil, you'll mince the fried tofu into smaller pieces. Next, slice 2 green onions into small pieces. In a big mixing bowl, you'll add 2 cups or 500 milliliters of water. In the same bowl, you'll add 1 egg, which you will now mix together. After you're done mixing, add 1.5 teaspoons of salted kombu strips, 1 teaspoon of powdered bonito, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, then mix again. If you don't have the salted kombu or powdered bonito, the recipe recommends you change the 2 cups of water to 2 cups of the kombu and Katsuobushi broth, which is not only also in the recipe book, but another video which I made that you can use for this recipe. The link for it is in the description. After you're done mixing, you'll add the flour and potato starch from earlier into the bowl and mix until you don't see any clumps in the now thickened batter. Get all your ingredients near your takoyaki grill, then proceed to put vegetable oil in the indentations and the top of the grill, which you can use a small piece of paper towel to do. I like to put the oil in the center of the grill, then use the paper towel to spread the oil from the middle indentations to the outer indentations, as you don't need too much oil to fully oil the grill. Next, turn on the grill and get it to medium heat before you put the batter in it. When the grill is hot enough, mix up the batter in case it's settled, then put the batter on top of the grill, and it's okay if the batter spills over the indentations, as you'll see later. Once the batter has filled up the indentations, you'll add one piece of octopus into each indentation. Next, you'll sprinkle over the pieces of fried tofu, green onions, and pickled ginger if you have it. When you notice the batter on the grill starting to firm up, it's time to have fun and flip the fritters to get their round shape. To flip the fritters over, you'll first cut off the batter around the indentation you're working on with your toothpicks. It helps if your grill has a small line indentations on the top to guide you. Then you'll use the toothpicks to stuff the half-cooked batter and toppings into the slightly undercooked batter in the indentation. While the book recommends you use long toothpicks, I recommend getting picks made for takoyaki grills, as they are longer than toothpicks, so you won't feel the uncomfortable heat of the grill so close to your hands, and they're generally made of materials to not scratch up the grill too. Links to get them are in the description. Once the indentations area has been stuffed away, you'll use your toothpicks to lift the batter from the bottom up and reverse it so you'll have a visible half sphere, and the uncooked batter will cook underneath it to create the other half of the sphere. You'll want to do this quickly so the batter doesn't overcook on the inside, as you want a slightly browned outside and slightly gooey-ish inside. Once the fritters have cooked, which doesn't take long at all, you'll remove it from the grill and onto your serving plate. To know when the fritters are done cooking, you can stick your toothpick into the first fritter you make, and if it comes out clean, it's done. To complete the fritter dish, you'll top it off with a sauce made of Worcestershire sauce and Ponzu. If you like your fritters with lots of sauce, I recommend making more, as the fritters easily absorb the sauce into themselves. For plating the fritters, I recommend using a flat plate, as the excess sauce will fall to the bottom, and to evenly distribute the sauce to all the fritters, it's easier to do it on a flat plate than in a bowl. Garnish the top of your fritters with green onions, Katsuobushi, and seaweed flakes to your taste to finish making the dish. You can eat the fritters in the traditional way by using the toothpicks you use to flip them over with, or with other utensils. Itadakimasu. It has a nice slightly hard outside and a gooey-ish inside, which has a mouthfeel contrast from the chewy octopus and fried tofu. The key to making this dish is to not let it overcook, so you can get that slightly hard outside but gooey inside. I think the dashi taste could be a little stronger, so maybe double the amount of dashi powder next time. Green tea to cleanse the palate. The Katsuobushi and seaweed does give you some of the dashi flavor, but more dashi powder next time would be more flavorful. Does anyone else love the way Katsuobushi dances by waving around when placed on top of hot food? Besides the taste, I love the way Katsuobushi dances. The addition of the salted kombu strips is okay. Doesn't add much to it besides more texture, but not too much texture, as a small amount in the recipe is spread around to all the fritters. The sauce is quite flavorful, and it's interesting to eat this with a thin sauce rather than the usual thicker takoyaki sauce and mayonnaise, which you can use instead if you'd like. I would rate this 5 choppers for how easy it was to make. In terms of flavor, I give it 4 choppers, as it needs more dashi flavor to taste more like regular takoyaki. For this recipe, you'll be able to make between 20 to 36 fritters depending on how big your takoyaki grill is. The ingredients you'll need to buy for this recipe includes 3.5 ounces of boiled octopus legs, 1 cup of flour, 1 tablespoon of potato starch, half an ounce of pickled red ginger, 1 fried tofu pouch, 2 green onions, 2 cups of water, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of powdered bonito, 1.5 teaspoons of salted kombu strips, and 1 teaspoon of salt. For the grill, you won't need much vegetable oil, but enough to lightly oil the indentations and top of the grill every time you use it. For garnish, you'll need Worcestershire sauce, Ponzu sauce, seaweed flakes, Katsuobushi, and green onions to taste. You'll find links to the ingredients you'll need to buy in the description. Buy the cookbook to enjoy reading it, cooking from it, and to support the mangaka too, which will also be linked in the description, and hopefully we'll see more One Piece cookbooks in the future. Hope you enjoyed watching this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more food from the East Blue as we make more recipes from Sanji's cookbook, which he made for his favorite pirate crew, and now you too. Let us know how you enjoyed making and eating the special octopus fritters. Until next time, see ya!